Hey, what is going on everyone? Welcome back to another Clash Royale video. How are you guys doing today? I hope this video finds you all doing well. And folks, let me just start this video off with an apology. I intended to make a video around 2 days after I made my last one. I had the time back then, but unfortunately for me folks, things could not work out for us there, and the reason for that is because I fell victim to a sore throat for like 3 days. I think my voice still has a little bit of a kink to it really right now. So yeah, I really apologize guys. I could not speak properly for like 3 whole days, and every morning when I got up, it was just really horrible, man. I could barely utter a word. So anyways, I'm feeling a little bit better now, so as you can tell, that's why I'm doing the video. So anyways, let's get right into it. So this video here today is just going to be a casual one. I'm trying to take a break from all the guides that I've been doing a little bit. I just want to throw in some different content in there in between, because I realized I've only been doing guides for a while and I want to throw a bone to you guys. I just want to mix it up a bit. And as a matter of fact folks, I am doing a special video for you guys coming up pretty soon. I'm not sure when I'll be able to upload it just yet, but you can look forward to that. It's basically something I've been working on for a while now. Ever since Supercell did that recent big update to the game, I just had a lot of ideas rolling around in my mind, and I've been writing them down of course and trying to flesh them out a bit. So yeah, in the near future you guys can expect to see something pretty neat, just like that Magic Archer video I did a while back. It was basically where I theorized that I actually had a hand in the creation of the Magic Archer card. Now if you guys are new to the channel and you missed that video, you guys can check that out right now. I'll leave a link to it in the description and stuff. In fact, check the top right corner of the screen if you can maybe, and you might see it. If not, well, just check the comment. I will link that video for you guys. It's a great video. I basically laid out all the evidence I had, and I think I made a compelling argument. So see for yourselves guys, and just let me know what you guys think. Anyways, back to the main point. So today's video, it's just around the theme of epic matches. So yeah, we all love epic matches, and this video is going to be filled with a lot of them. So these first 2 matches aren't going to be as spectacular, but trust me folks, if you watch to the end, you guys are not going to regret it. So like I was saying, we're fighting right now against Aurelio Casilla, I guess. I'm not really sure. You guys know I'm bad with names. Also, if I ever happen to say any particular phrases or words too much, just feel free to let me know in the comments. But I'd also appreciate it if you guys can offer some suggestions maybe. Yeah, I don't want to really just use the same things over and over. I know that can be quite cringy for some people and annoying. So yeah, I just want to make it as enjoyable as possible for you all at home. So anyways, let's get back to the video. So right now, we have 1 tower down right now, and we've got a giant Night Witch push coming at us right now. I'm gonna poison that Night Witch, catch some of the archers there, and smother the tower. That's gonna be real good for us right now. Those archers though, they took out the flying machine. The flying machine is one of the more valuable cards in my deck, so I'm gonna have to try to keep it alive more. That was a beautiful split archers play, by the way. It really just mitigated all the damage from my Dark Prince there, and now he's coming at us with a Royal, Giant, and Hunter push. So that was pretty annoying for us. The Hunter is going to deal a lot of damage onto the Golem a bit there, because he's just at point blank range, but we're going to make quick work of that there with the poison. Actually no, the Hunter is just going to linger back there doing nothing anymore. And while we recover some elixir here, we're just going to invest in a flying machine once again, just to snipe the hunters that are coming down the lane there. My opponent is ready with that Royal Giant, but he mistakenly placed the Royal Giant at the bridge. We are ready with the Skeleton Army and the flying machine there, so that does not look good for him. But the Royal Giant is just getting a lot of damage. He used his arrows on the Skeleton Army though, guys. I baited out his spell there with the Skeleton Army so that I can push with the Miner and Goblin Barrel. You guys gotta know that normal strategy does not always apply to draft matches, because the cards you get aren't going to be what you want to use all the time. You're going to be using 4 cards from your opponent, what they rejected, and 4 cards of your own choosing. So knowing what you gave them and what you took for yourself, sometimes you might want to adopt styles like bait or control. It really depends. You can just get minor aspects of those broader archetypes within draft, depending on the choices you make. So yeah, just look out really carefully at what you're picking and try to formulate a plan as you go along. In my next match, I'll try my best to break down some of the choices. I'll actually do that in another video if you guys want. I'll make an updated version of how to draft appropriately for any sort of challenge that really comes your way. So right now my opponent has a giant and mortar push coming at us right now. I'm distracting the mortar with the Ewiz there, and we're going to stun it a bit there with the Ewiz split lightning attack. And look at this right now, the minions are going to be a pest for us. The only other thing in my hand that can deal with air is the Ice Spirit, and look at what I do, folks. I try my best to protect the Ewiz there. The giant does not really get any damage at all, and the Ewiz is still alive because I kited or really distracted rather the minions with the goblins there, and that really saved us overall. You gotta know when and where you need to prioritize saving certain cards. And look at this right now, my opponent just dropped a lightning spell on my tower there, so we're gonna rush in with a Hog Rider, and we're also gonna send him an Ice Spirit there. We're doing pretty good overall right now. We're coming back there just a little by little there. He spent about 3 elixir there worth defending the Hog Rider, which was pretty cheap overall, but I saw that after the lightning spell I had a chance to use my Goblin Barrel. Also, he used his Fire Spirits, which were a hard counter, so knowing that, I just went all in with that Goblin Barrel. And take a look at what I did with the goblins there. Much like with skeletons, you can distract minions and the Mega Minion if you split them unevenly like that there. Having 2 of them just go into the other lane, it'll just keep those troops distracted, and it'll be really valuable for you guys in the long run if you just don't want them to kill everything you throw at them. Because when a troop they deploy kills one of your troops you're defending with, or even when they manage to kill another troop of yours that you've been pushing with, say like my Hog Rider here, you gotta just keep in mind, folks, that those troops that do the butchering there, they do attain a certain amount of value. So that's basically what Colton was saying in his counting elixir video. I recommend you guys check it out if you are new to elixir management and stuff there. Really, you gotta know these little ins and outs of the game. So say like these goblins I have, if those were to kill his prince or bandit really on their own and they still survive on the board somehow, or my Ewiz rather, like how it's been helping me defend against the mortar, the minions, and everything that my opponent throws at me, it attains a certain amount of value. And as long as it's on the board, that Ewiz can be almost invaluable, folks. So sometimes it's just really worth protecting the troops that you deploy. Not everything you can just afford to just send to die. No sorry, folks, you guys gotta protect what you invest in. And speaking of good investments, folks, if you guys are looking to try some new drinks out there on the market, you guys can check out Spartan Elite Energy. And also, if you guys want some quality merchandise like t-shirts, for example, you guys can check out the Nova Esports website as well. I have discount codes in the pictures there that you saw before, so use them when you check out their sites and you can get a discount on your next purchase. So anyways, folks, on to our next match. We're going to be playing against Grancio, I guess that's his name there, and we draft the Spear Goblins over the Fire Spirits there, Inferno Tower instead of the Hunter, and Minions instead of the Ice Spirit. Now, I know a lot of people might be questioning, why would I give him the Ice Spirit when the Ice Spirit can reset the Inferno Tower and stuff? But I prefer to take the minions there because that can swarm the Inferno Tower, and the Inferno Tower is actually a much better card to use than the Hunter sometimes, because you can have it drawing in building targeting units such as my opponent's Golem and Balloon. So take a look at what he does here right now. His first move was to drop that Golem all the way in the back, and he gave me the Royal Giant. You don't just give someone a Royal Giant and then drop an 8 elixir Golem in the back of your tower. No, folks, you don't just do things like that. That doesn't make sense. And he also dropped his Hunter pretty far back there, so the Hunter was not able to effectively deal with the Royal Giant. And right now, those skeletons are tearing me up a new one. The Witch, while under the rage, she just tore through my minions, and that tower got shredded. Quite literally there. The tower is pretty darn low, under 1000 HP already there, and look how much damage I have to catch back up on the left side tower there. He uses Fire Spirits a bit late, not sure why he dropped them so far back, but hey, they still counted the goblins from my Goblin Barrel. And now look at this, folks. My opponent is going to set up another Golem, but this time in the opposite lane. I guess that's probably because he was confident enough in being able to rush the opposite side with the Balloon, and probably finishing it off with something like the Rocket Spell, which he has, and I did not know about just yet. Now, that Hunter, again, poor placement on that hunter. I'm rushing him with the Royal Giant just to divert some of his elixir there, and he's gonna push with the Witch again. So I'm ready with my Ice Wizard. While the Ice Wizard is distracting the Witch, I have my minions cleaning up that Witch there. This time I had enough elixir to manage with everything there. But that hunter though, that hunter was pretty sneaky. I really lost sight of that hunter doing what he was doing there, and he went to town there. So I'm not really looking so good right now. I'm actually kind of frustrated. Anytime you see me just throwing the thumbs up, good game and stuff, whenever I'm losing, it's probably because I'm slightly tilted, folks. I'm being honest with you there. Now look at this again, that poor hunter placement. I was actually feeling sorry for the guy because he was playing it so poorly. Like, he can just wreck me right now. Look at the cards that he has. He has the Witch, the Ice Spirit, the Rocket, for God's sake. He has the Rocket to tear down my Inferno Tower, but he does not do this. Why would you not do something like that? It's a great opportunity to help you just get an easy win, man, and you just don't do it. The balloon, though, it goes all the way to the other side, and I'm really glad about that there. And take a look at this. He tries to drop a golem in my base. No, sorry, folks. I'm gonna invest in my gods there. Well, what am I saying? Not the gods, they're the royal recruits. So like I was saying, guys, we have this royal recruit gang there in the back, dealing with the golem there, and now, thanks to two sneaky royal recruits, we have that tower on 11 HP. We just dropped a royal giant in the middle, some spear goblins there on my side, just in case he wanted to push with the balloon, and that's that there, folks. We took the win. So it's all about making your decisions very carefully, and apparently my opponent there just kind of sucked, to be honest. He could have just wrecked me straight off the bat there, but he really did not play to the advantage there. So anyways, like I was saying now, folks, we're moving on to our next match, and I took the balloon, the lumberjack, the pecker there, and the goblin gang. The goblin gang can distract the bandit and deal with his graveyard. Same thing with the lumberjack there, the pecker to counter his giant, and I took the lumberjack as well because I'm running a balloon. The balloon is my win condition, and if you have a lumberjack that dies on the enemy side, you can rush with the balloon sometimes if their elixir is low or they use their counters, and that can really screw them over overall. So yeah, I'm pretty confident with the cards that I have in hand. Now, I did not have the P.E.K.K.A up first, so I really regretted dropping that knight into the same lane that he was pushing with already there. He's got the Zappies. Now, the Zappies, when they're put behind the tower there and they're allowed to stagger back a little bit, they can almost perma-stun things. Like, it can be really hard for any troop to get forward while the Zappies are attacking them. Now, the raid spell from the lumberjack there is going to help our P.E.K.K.A deal with the gods. What am I saying? I keep calling them the gods. They're the royal recruits. Anyways, our P.E.K.K.A was able to get through some of the recruits there, but unfortunately for us, one recruit does connect to the tower there. But now we have our knight dealing with the Zappies there so that they don't really get much damage on our tower. The Zappies, while they might not do all that much damage all at once, their stuns, man, they can make them last so much longer, and it can get really annoying. Now take a look at what happens next. My opponent has his giant here. He cycles the giant in the back. So what can we expect here? I'm thinking that he's going to be coming with a graveyard push right now. So he drops the Zappies again to prolong how my P.E.K.K.A can just counter his giant there. It's just gonna mess me up really bad, and this is where I find out he has the rocket. I was not expecting that there, but he did have to burn 6 elixir for my 5 elixir balloon. Now the giant does connect to the tower, unfortunately, because of the Zappies there stunning my P.E.K.K.A, which is really unfortunate, and because I had to drop my baby dragon there just to deal with the Zappies in the back there so that the P.E.K.K.A doesn't get stunned too much, I really just threw out my support out of the window there, so he's able to counter my P.E.K.K.A very easily there with the royal recruits. And now we're just going to be defending both lanes right now with the cannon cart and the lumberjack as well. Now the royal recruits are not going to be touching my cannon cart today. I wanted to keep the cannon cart alive for the most part there, and he makes a mistake of dropping his minions, but he still has his Zappies in hand. Now I see that all of this is coming my way, and I'm like, shit, this is not gonna go my way at all. I need to defend that graveyard. I have to drop my lumberjack there on defense. We did take down his giant though, and I cycle back to a knight there to deal with the incoming bandit there. Our tower though, it did suffer a little bit of damage there because of some of the skeletons getting away, and now he's gonna rocket down my balloon once again. This really sucks, folks. You can see a pattern here. It's just a pattern of me trying to pressured the opposite lane, and take a look at this. The gang does connect and deals a lot of damage actually. I dropped the cannon card here. Now it might look like an overextension, but I know he has the rocket, and any tiny amount of damage that he does get on my left tower makes it that much easier for him to rocket cycle. So I know he's going to go with the giant, so I set up a P.E.K.K.A there. The bandit is going to dash towards the P.E.K.K.A and just die flat out. She's dead. She's gone, fam. And now he's beginning his rocket cycling. So he clips my baby dragon. Actually, no, the baby dragon hangs on. It was just far back enough to be out of reach of the rocket, and now that the rocket is out of rotation, I'm going to be pushing with the balloon. Now you'd have thought I would have gone onto the right side lane, but I chose to go onto the left side, making it harder for him to defend because I have the P.E.K.K.A tanking. I threw that snowball there, it redirected the Zappy's targeting there, and it allowed my balloon to connect there, and with the help of all my other troops, we did bring down that tower there. So GG, and now we're on to our next match. So Valkyrie or the baby dragon. I'm going to take my girl, the Valkyrie. She helps out a lot. We're going to take the flying machine just to help counter the baby dragon. We're going to take the miner, because why not? We have the Valkyrie ready to deal with his battle ram there, and I think we took the fireball there. So yeah, we're going to be getting right into this match, and now I see I have the lava hound and miner. I'm already thinking I can do some pretty crafty pushes there, but it was a bit early to start off a lava hound, and I'd rather be able to just chip away at his tower with my miner there rather than investing heavily with the lava hound. And now take a look at this, folks. What is my next card? It is a freaking golem. Golem and lava hound. Man, these matches can sometimes really be a pain in the butt to deal with. Like, your opponents can just give you all heavy cards and they might have the fastest cycle, but that doesn't make it impossible to win. If you play your cards right, you can actually overpower them if you can hold out long enough till double elixir. It really pays off if you know how to be patient early on in the game sometimes when you're running those heavier decks, and if you can manage, you should be able to make some magic happen. Now take a look at this. I defended there with the flying machine there and some stab goblins. Now he did have the goblin gang, and if he had dropped all of them into one lane, it would have been a bit problematic, but he didn't, so we managed to live another day. So seeing that I have the golem, I figured, you know what, we might as well start off a mammoth push with a golem in the back. Now he's going to be rushing me right now with the battle ram and the royal ghost. Now take a look at what happens here, folks. I was not expecting him to overcommit on that push, so I just dropped the Valkyrie. Now the battle ram did push back the Valkyrie quite a bit there and allowed the royal ghost to splash onto my tower, which was really infuriating at the time. Honestly, I was kind of ticked off so much there. And then I see the P.E.K.K.A, so then I was like, you know what, this makes sense. That's exactly why he gave me the golem as well too. He had a hard counter, but the golem has so much HP and it does manage to sneak up to that tower despite the P.E.K.K.A being there to hard counter it there. So we do get off some amount of damage, and now he's defending his P.E.K.K.A now with his supporting units. And since both the Executioner and the Baby Dragon have a fair amount of HP, I had to send the Miner all the way in the back there so that I could fireball them down. Now thankfully the Baby Dragon does creep ahead of the P.E.K.K.A there so that the tower does manage to take it down. Now the P.E.K.K.A does get a swing on my Valkyrie, and those Spear Goblins are just chipping away at her there, but we still managed to defend overall pretty nicely there with the Mega Minion helping out. Now I have to use the defensive Miner. Now you guys know that I don't really do that so often, but if it's necessary, I will do it because you can't always afford to take too much damage. Now my opponent, again, he's rushing me at the bridge. This time he's using the recruits to shield his execution and stuff, but now I'm just going to defend lightly with the Valkyrie there, and we're going to be taking out the executioner with the help of the Mega Minion and the flying machine. I just dropped some goblins honestly just for the battle ram there, and he zaps. Now this is where things get intense, folks. I have two flying machines. I'm sending a miner up to his tower there. He's sending a ghost. Now take a look at that HP there on my tower. I made a huge gamble there. The royal ghost was just barely stopped by the Valkyrie there. He could have easily finished me off there, but the flying machines did manage to lock onto that tower there, and we did manage to scrape by with a win. Now giant snowball or the arrows, I'll take the snowball there just because it's a cheaper cycle card and it has that knockback effect. We took the prince instead of the hogs, mainly because I wanted to secure a high damage dealing troop overall, because what if my opponent had something like a giant? I'd want something that can burst down a giant pretty easily, and the prince seemed like a good enough choice. Now I did take the royal recruits instead of the Valkyrie. I think that's partly because I wanted to complete the quest, and also partly because I figured they'd be a good card overall at the time. Now, their cost was 6 elixir during this challenge, however, they are 8 elixir now, which kind of sucks to be honest. It makes them sort of balanced, but not really. I mean, they're a good card, no doubt, but the elixir cost just makes them utter crap, like, literally. 8 elixir for these cards that can be counted so easily. I mean, it makes them technically so much easier to deal with and quote-unquote balanced, but I kind of like them at 6 elixir. They could have just removed one recruit like Ash suggested, or maybe even just tweaked the stats on the hit points, or maybe the shield or something like that, so that they can die much easier overall. They didn't have to make them that expensive, but whatever. I'm not a developer anyways, what do I know? Anyways, so my opponent is getting ready once again to rush me with the Royal Hogs, so what I do this time is invest in the Royal Recruits. Now, I wanted to use the Recruits mainly because they can swarm the Hogs and deal with each of them much better than the Prince would, because the Prince would attack them individually and that would allow them to get so much more damage off there, so that would not fly with me, so I did what I did there. Now, I got his Valkyrie out of his hand there, so all he has left to defend my troops right now are really just the mini P.E.K.K.A. and the skeleton army there. I start off a knight in the back there and he quickly tries to punish me using a mini P.E.K.K.A. at the bridge. I don't know what his mentality was there, but he decided to just go with it anyways. So I sent out the gang last minute there and I kind of split push here. Now he arrows on the left lane there while that one spear goblin is going to go with the knight on the opposite lane. Now I should not have dropped that mega minion really, but I kind of wanted to make sure I could get rid of the skeleton army without having to use my giant snowball, but then he plays his spear goblin, so I just chip away at his right tower there and I do get one mega minion swing, and I really love that I got that to work out for me in my favor now. So he's gonna be ready with these minions now and they're gonna be tearing up my Royal Recruits on the right lane there, which is quite unfortunate for me, but we do get down his Valkyrie there. I know he has the mini P.E.K.K.A. left, and the mini P.E.K.K.A. does get some help from that skeleton army again. So now we're going to be ready with a giant snowball here, and this is pretty scary right now, folks. He has his arrows in hand, so I drop my Inferno Tower, but unfortunately for me, folks, I make a huge mistake there and misplaced that Inferno Tower, so I cost myself a lot there in the long run there. That was really poorly played, to be honest. I tell you guys all the time, I'm not a pro player. I do make mistakes too. I'm only human. So at times, you might see me playing extremely well. Other times, you'll see me playing just like rubbish, really. And honestly, if somehow I could play without distractions every single time, I'm probably gonna be doing a bit better for myself. Now, take a look at this right now. He had a golem and a bunch of Royal Hogs that are coming at me, and I did not take any damage except really for the arrows that he sent me. Now, I'm going to be pressuring the opposite lane really hard right now. He sent a Valkyrie and the Spear Goblins there. I'm going to snowball the Spear Goblins out of the way there. He has a mini P.E.K.K.A., but that quickly goes down there. And all he's left with right now is the Skeleton Army, but with the help of the Skeletons there, the Recruits and Mega Minion do manage to connect to the tower there, and we walk away with the win. So that is going to do it for this video, folks. I am really happy with how some of these matches turned out. Again, I apologize for the late upload, but I'll be working on a new video right away as this video goes live. So do look out for it. It should be up within 2 days, hopefully. Don't hold me to my word. Things sometimes happen. When it's raining a lot, I can't record at all, so there's that. So yeah, just bear with me, folks. You guys know the content is enjoyable, so as long as you guys enjoy it, I will continue making it. So before we go, I just want to give a quick shout out to all of my clanmates at Nova Creators there. You guys rock. We are close to Legendary League, folks. We are on our last push there. We already hit Gold League 3 already, so we're well on our way. Anyways, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and as always, folks, remember, if you keep on digging, you'll eventually strike gold, but even then, keep on digging deeper. You'll eventually come across something even more with your while. So once again, everyone, thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Peace out, guys.